Jim Parsons is here in Studio 57. You know him, you love him, I know, as Sheldon Cooper. It's true. On the hit CBS comedy, The Big Bang Theory.
Sheldon, what channel is NASA TV?
289, right between the Game Show Network at 288 and the East Coast feed of the Disney Channel on 290.
I love his eidetic memory. It's so sexy. Sheldon, what are the ingredients in Pringles?
Dried potatoes, vegetable oil, corn flour, wheat starch, maltodextrin, salt, and my favorite ingredient of all, uniformity.
Next week, the two-time Emmy winner returns to his roots in theater, starring on Broadway in Harvey. Nice to have you here this morning.
Nice to be here. Thank you.
We got to see a little bit of you last week when you did the Tony nominations, too.
That was very fun.
Yeah. What's the matter with your voice?
I don't know. Apparently, it's allergies. I feel fine.
Are you in pain?
I don't know. I don't hurt.
Okay,
I just sound painful.
Good, good, good.
No, we were saying you could turn into like a sexy morning thing.
I'm no Kathleen Turner.
So, are you a nerdy geek, or do you just play a nerdy geek on TV?
I'm a little probably geeky, but I'm not necessarily nerdy. And I would define the difference.
I was going to ask you, and the
I'm not
differences.
smart enough to be nerdy and geeky. I definitely have to pick one.
Okay. Okay.
So why do you pick geeky?
Because
what makes
there's
you a
some,
geek? Do you have a lot of gadgets?
Well, you know what? Frankly, I'm probably more dorky than I am either of those. And so I consider geeky closer to dorky than I consider nerdy closer to dorky.
You know what fascinates me about you on that show is the dialogue, because I wonder, do you have to have great memorization skills, or do you have a little tutorial before you do it? Because it's really complicated. When I listen to you, it's very complicated.
It can be. It certainly can be. You know, it really is a combination. I spend a great deal of my time simply memorizing. And when they create changes in the dialogue close to tape night, I spend a great deal of my time in a fit of anxiety. But that being said, you know, the writers tend to put it in a way that there's a certain, probably because of the comedy, a rhythm to it.
Yeah.
And once you kind of latch onto that rhythm, even these words you've never heard of before tend to come out of your mouth if you've said them a few times, you know.
Got it.
And come out with confidence that you can pronounce them.
Yes.
That would be my biggest
fear. Or they
fear.
edit in the confidence later.
Tonight's the season finale.
Tonight it is.
There's a little expectation about what's going to happen.
There's great expectations. There's great expectations for matrimony. There's great expectations for space travel. And I don't know that I'm allowed to tell you that either of those have liftoff, as it were, but I can promise you that you will be teased in my interview with it. You might see it.
But you know what's good about that? Neither one of us is going to ask you that corny question, so tell us what's going to happen. We're not going to do that.
That's not corny.
No,
you have a right to know.
Nope, we're not going to do it. Let's talk about Broadway.
Yes, ma'am.
Because I saw you in The Normal Heart.
Thank you for coming.
Did you see me? I was in seat K101 going, go, Jim!
That's sweet of you. I tried to ignore that. Thank you.
You know, but the thing about that was so fascinating to me, that was an education for me, I have to say.
Yeah.
There was so much about the AIDS history that I did not know, and I thought you were knockout in it. So I'm thrilled you're coming back to Broadway. I guess you enjoyed the experience.
I loved it. I had several people, that experience of Normal Heart was so positive. Several people kiddingly said, you should stop here. You don't want to see the other side of Broadway. But it really just kind of made me thirsty to do more. I just, as soon as the opportunity came up, it was back in November, I think, that the opportunity to do Harvey came up, and I said yes within. As soon as I was asked, there was no consideration. I was like, please plan my summer around this. This is wonderful.
Yes, because you were really excited about being back on Broadway, or about this piece in particular, or a
well,
little bit of both?
Frankly. I was excited to do theater again. I mean, there's just, for me, there's nothing like it. It's what I was, you know, have done most of my life still to this point. But specifically with Harvey, this character is so... He's such a good person. He's such a warm person. He's such he tries to connect with other human beings, and that's just at face value. But for me, playing somebody, frankly, at my day job right now, who's kind of the opposite of that, it was just kind of a no-brainer, but just the other way to stretch.
That's what's so great about acting. And I was reading that you at one point wanted to be a weatherman. I can't imagine that.
Well,
tell.
I was living in Houston, Texas, where they get tropical storms and hurricanes and stuff, and I was fascinated by it.
Okay,
fascinated by the drama of it, frankly. And my mother always had to say, Jim, this is not a good thing. And I said, I know, I'm sorry, I'm excited. But, and I was fascinated with weather from that point on. I did take meteorology in college. I did fail that class, and I'm not kidding. But that was because of low attendance.
Well, you know, you do have to go to...
I didn't do the work.
You got to go to class to get grades.
You do have to go.
Thank you so much. I hope you do. I hope your voice feels better a little bit later on. Good to know you're not in pain.
Not at all. Thank you.